wife forgot to delete her browser history. I can't believe what I found. 4:34 p.m. How to stop my husband from cheating. I had only clicked on the history tab to delete the last thing I searched for when I noticed the entry. Hurriedly, I finished zipping up my fly and stared at it in the bewilderment. Amy and I had been almost too careful. We had never so much looked at one another in my wife's presence, let alone done anything that could be raise suspicion. There was no way she could have known what was going on. Even if she had looked through my phone with a heavy heart, I'd forced myself to delete with any incriminating photos. Amy sent me after I was done with them, and we had only a strict call-only policy. Amy was our latest hiree. Aside from being great at her job, she excelled in gathering male attention. Everyone loved her. She was strikingly beautiful and uninhibited to the point where her energy felt most carnal and sending all morals and restraints out the window. I tried to ignore her at first, even finding me excuses to go home early. But eventually her charming giggle got the better of me. 4:37 p.m. How much does a divorce cost? Droplets of sweat sprang out on my forehead. What? Was my wife planning to divorce me? But why? There was no way she knew about me and Amy. Was there someone else? Was she planning to accuse me of infidelity, all while going at it with some lover boy she met her at yoga class? 4:39. Why do humans feel emotions? I pursed my lips. If by some miracle my wife didn't know about the affair, I couldn't imagine the way she must have been feeling. I woke up late this morning and found a note on the kitchen table saying that she didn't want to wake me up as she was out doing her Saturday errands. I almost felt completely compelled to call her and I flinched as a large drop of blood landed on my keyboard. What the hell? My first instinct was to look up at the ceiling. Nothing. A strong metallic smell made me come to my senses. I brushed my hand against my face. A bright red smudge sat on my palm. I stared at it, alarmed. I'd never gotten nosebleeds before, aside from the time I got hit in the face with a football in high school. My head raised. I scrambled to my feet and made a dash for the bathroom, my hands cupping my throbbing nose. Once I had managed to stop bleeding and clean myself up, I returned to the computer. 4:44 p.m. Which part of the brain is responsible for love? This was an oddly specific search. I couldn't recall my wife ever being interested in science or biology. I checked up the account logged into the browser just in case. Perhaps this was someone else's history altogether. Or maybe we'd been hacked. No, it seemed like everything was in order. My wife's smiley face stared back at me from the login window. What was she doing searching for parts of a brain anyway? 4:49 p.m. What is expiration? What was expiration? Some kind of fancy divorce I never heard of in the term in my life. I didn't even hesitate before clicking it, eager to find out what my wife was planning for us. I wish I hadn't. As the results came up on the monitor, my stomach lurched and my gag reflex kicked in. The images were graphic enough for my hand to automatically gravitate towards the return button, but a short paragraph in the bold caught my eye. An Asian procedure involving chiseling through the bone of the nose in order to scoop out the brain matter. My heart hammering my chest, I clicked back and scanned the rest of the entries. 4 or 1 p.m. Can a person live without the hypothalamus? 5:05 p.m. Location of the Hypno Dallas. 5:11 p.m. How much does Tempest Pam is safe? My skin crawled as I read, but I couldn't look away. I was so immersed that I didn't even hear the front door bang. Honey, I'm home. I stared at the wall, too shocked to reply. What was I meant to say? How was I supposed to ask her about all of this? Hello, she called again, her heels clacking towards me. Hey. I choked, throwing the box of tissues into the drawer. How was? Oh, good, she smiled as she appeared in the doorway. How are you? You had quite a lot to drink last night. I stammered. I did? She studied me as though she wasn't sure whether I was joking or not. What is all of this? I asked, gesturing to the computer screen. She joined me at the desk, frowning at the clammy wood surface. What? I pointed at the browsing history, my index finger shaking visibly in the air. Oh, she flushed, two pink spots appearing on her cheeks. Well, you did say we could try it, so I had to do a little research, you know. What? I said we could try what? Oh, she waved her hand dismissively. The something. You probably know better. My blood ran cold. The expiration. Karen, what did you do? Before she could say anything, a splash of blood landed on the carpet, and then another one, and another, and Karen watched me, her skin going pale. What? Suddenly a small, fleshy lump escaped my nostril and rolled down in front of my shirt. We both stared at it in shock. Then my wife screamed, turning on her heel to flee the room, but I caught up to her, pinning her against the wall. Tell me, what the fuck did you do? She tried to fight me, writhing under my grip. I held on tight. My blood was streaming into my mouth and down my chin, staining both of our clothes. How can you not remember? She screeched, trying to elbow me in the ribs. Don't you remember what you did? I stared at her, panic-stricken face, trying my best to not recall any memories from the previous night. No. Oh, what did I do? You came home after work and told me you were leaving me for Amy. You said you didn't want to love her, but you did. I stood there quietly, mulling it all over as pulp splashed into my stomach. Ilk, we need to call you an ambulance. Karen shrieked, trying to pull me away. What the fuck is that? Then what happened? I demanded, my heart practically leaping out of my chest. Tell me what you did. What the fuck, John? She screamed. We got drunk, okay? We got really wasted. And then he said, you know, there was a way to fix this. To fix us. You said there was something called the hypothalamus in your brain, and if it was removed, you could stop loving Amy. I felt like I was having an out-of-body experience. What the hell was she saying? She actually attempted to remove a part of my brain. And... wait. I whispered. Who is Amy? Her expression made me foolish for not remembering. I knew that name, Amy. It sounded so familiar, yet I couldn't, for the life of me, put a finger on it. What the fuck do you mean? She sounded bewildered. Amy, the girl you were cheating on me with 6 months. I mouthed, releasing my wife, crumpling to the floor. I don't remember. Karen stared at me, her white blouse resembling a mascara, her mouth pressed into a thin line. What's happening to me? I whispered. She was silent for a moment, but I could see her eyes brimming with tears. Honey, what if I accidentally hit hippocampus instead. What? That told me nothing. For fuck's sake, Karen, I'm not a fucking Ingolipira. Enlighten me. What the hell is a hippocampus? Nothing could have prepared me for what she said next. Honey, she sobbed. You're a doctor. It's the memory part of your brain.